Hi you guys, my name's Shireen. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I am going to talk to you guys about releasing attachment. This video is part of a 5-day series called Self-Improvement Series, which I've been really excited to do. I want to start by saying that you already have everything that you need. You are enough, you are loved, you are valued, you are chosen. Your superpower is being you. You are magnetic, you are unique. There is no other being on this planet that is like you. You are divine, you are powerful, you are beautiful, you are the universe, and the universe is in you. Let's get started in this video. When I think about releasing attachment, there's two things that come to mind. The first is releasing attachment to relationships, and the second is releasing attachment to events. There may be a major event that's happened in your life. There may be a person in your life that you are clinging on to, or even a family member that you're clinging on to, hoping that they will change. We want to break the bond that's attached to your self-worth and this attachment that's in your life. There's a difference between operating from a space of desperation and a place of abundance. When you believe that there's enough for you, you won't be acting out of lack or out of scarcity. You will know that the universe is going to deliver exactly what you need in divine timing when you're supposed to receive it. Whereas when you're operating from a space of desperation, you're worrying about XYZ, you're clinging to situations that have expired, you're clinging on to people that are no longer supposed to be in your life. Sometimes there are people in your life for a season and a reason, not always a lifetime. Sometimes we have to let people come drift into our lives and allow them to leave when their purpose has gone, instead of holding on to things that we no longer need in our lives. And you will know when it's time to move on from something, because you have that gut instinct, or you have known and then you've tried to convince yourself away from that, because the comfort of losing someone or the comfort of moving from an event or a situation can be more of a challenge to overcome. And I've realized that sometimes we cling on to things if we feel like something isn't completely finished, or if we've had like the potential of something happen, but it hasn't. We don't feel like it's fully fulfilled and it's bared the fruit that our mind has made us think is to come. Desperation looks like lack, scarcity, worrying that you don't have enough, worrying that you're not going to have enough money, worrying that there's not enough space for you and someone else. So it might look like jealousy, it might look like envy, all of those negative emotions that are associated with you feeling like I can't have something. That's coming from a space of desperation. That means that you don't believe that something is going to be available to you at one point in your life. Whereas on the flip side of that, abundance looks like I trust that the universe is going to give me what I'm asking for in divine timing. So I'm going to be patient. I'm going to be calm. I'm not going to be irrational. I'm not going to make quick, rash decisions. I'm going to make sure that I'm keeping peace as my priority, and that I'm sharing love with everyone around me. Being fluid like water is understanding the difference between a desire and a want. And sometimes when you say you want something or you need something, that's from a place of desperation. Whereas if you trust that it's on its way to you when you've asked for it, and you identify something as a desire, that's coming from a place of abundance. There's a lesson in every desire that comes to us. So for example, say that for me, I've been seeing a car that I like so often, and this is part of our reticular activating system in our brain, that when you've seen something that you like, or that you admire, your brain is like, okay, that's important, let's remember that. So you'll keep seeing that same car over and over and over again, and that in itself, you're attracting this car to you, and that's why you keep seeing the car. Now your friend buys this exact car that you want. Do you have feelings of envy, or do you have feelings of excitement? The envy highlights that feeling of, now I can't have it, now there's not enough, now we both can't share this happiness. She's going to be happier than I am because she's got the car. Or are you going to feel feelings of excitement because you know that what you're asking to see more of is actually coming up into your existence, that you're actually manifesting this something. And how great is it that someone you love gets to experience that? And if you believe that the creator is constantly in service to you and is bringing forth everything that you're asking for, then you will know that what you desire is also on the way to you too. How great is it that you and your friend can have matching cars now? There's enough for everyone. There hasn't been one car solely made for just that one friend. Like if you're asking the universe for it as well, then seeing how it's showing up for someone else should give you the validation that it's going to happen for you too. I've chosen to speak about a car. It could be anything, usually something materialistic that we hope and attach ourselves to. This could also be an opportunity, a job opportunity. It could be a relationship. Whether that feeling is envy or excitement, we usually want something because we believe it's going to change our emotional state. If we realize that our emotional state is not validated by external things and materialistic things, then we will understand that we can actually change our emotional state at any time. So for myself, in the mornings, I really used to struggle with waking up feeling happy and excited for the day. The first thing my brain would click towards is all the obligations that I have for that day, or the tasks that I need to get done for that day. So what I have learned to do, and what I know is really important for me to do in the morning, is taking the time for myself to visualize what I want the day to look like, what I want to bring into the day, how I want to feel about myself during the day, how I want others to feel during the day. These things are really important for me because it's actually flooding myself with great, happy, overwhelming, exciting emotions that are going to fill me first thing in the morning, and it actually helps me throughout the day. Whereas if I've started the day on quite a negative foot, I find that I'm actually following that through out the day, and that's not helpful to me, and it's not helpful to the people around me, whether that's people at work, whether it's my loved ones. I believe everyone I interact with deserves the very best of me, deserves the very best focused, committed, dedicated version of Shireen. And in order to do that, sometimes that means I have to be able to change my emotional state. When we release attachment to these external things, we then realize that we are actually in control of our emotions. This is really powerful. This means anytime someone tries to say something to you and tries to upset your mood, change your emotions to angry, this means that you understanding that you're in control of your emotions, you get to choose what affects your emotional state. This gives you the power that you need, have that negative energy that other people are coming to you with, and literally just bounce off you, ricochet off you. You'll be able to maintain that peace, that good energy. Releasing attachment from relationships is a really big one, especially for me. I'm someone that likes to hold on to people for as long as I can, even when I know that a situation has expired and it's no longer serving me. Learning to release attachment from relationships has been a big one. I truly believe that people come into your life at a certain time for a reason, to teach you something along your path. And I've had to realize that sometimes our paths intertwine. Doesn't always mean that we're going to be along the same path forever. Sometimes you just have to take the blessing of someone coming into your life, understand that you are the magic that you're bringing into that relationship, and that someone has shown you their version of their magic. Sometimes you can be so wrapped up in someone, so loved up in someone, and you would just think, I can't leave them because we've had so much fun. He was great. He's good for me. Blah, blah, blah. No, like, you are the magic. You are bringing the good energy to this situation to make it something magical. And it's about us realizing that we can take back that magic anytime we want. And releasing attachment from someone allows you to take back the energy, especially when it's not being reciprocated, when it's not being appreciated. Bringing that back to yourself is the best thing that you can do, because it's going to make you feel so amazing. Give yourself the love that you're giving everyone else that's not giving you that love back. Releasing that attachment to that external validation that you're seeking gives you so much power. If you're seeking love, seeking validation in other people, you need to give that love to yourself first. Because again, going back to the law of attraction, the only thing you're going to attract is like for like. So if you're out here desperate for someone to love you, you're going to attract someone who's equally desperate or equally as wounded and not healed in themselves. We need to train our minds to create feelings associated to what we desire. By doing this, by creating a state of the emotions that we want to feel. When we create these emotions of joy, for example, if you think a new car is going to bring you so much joy, so much happiness, create those feelings now, then it's going to be more likely that you can bring these things into your life at a very quicker rate. It's about being grateful for what you have. It's about being appreciative for everything that you have in the now. I also want to talk about releasing attachment to events that have happened previously in our lives. Sometimes you come across people who are always talking about one event, two events that have happened in their lives that they think has determined the direction their life is heading in. Every single day that we wake up, we get to decide who we're going to be. So we have to imagine every day that we wake up, we have the opportunity to press the reset button on our lives so that we can create the life that we want starting today. And it starts with just one change, one choice that you make a day. Say you're eating bagels every single morning. It starts with that one choice. Actually, I'm not going to eat a bagel this morning. I'm going to make a small change for my morning breakfast, and I'm going to have oats. That one change can change the trajectory of the rest of your eating habits, because now you feel more confident about changing your second eating habit, your second meal. Maybe you won't go for that second chocolate bar that you usually do. I'm talking to myself, to be honest, because I love chocolate. What kind of habits are you creating in your life that's keeping you from making the choices that you need in a state of desperation? So comfort eating is a big one. Sometimes we need to drop these bad habits so that we can create space for new positive habits. Maybe you have an auntie or uncle and they're always talking about this one story: when I was 15, I did this XYZ. They're not bringing up any new stories about what's happening in their lives right now. That event that's happened to them from back in the day, they've held on to, and they've made that part of their identity. The important part of releasing attachment is because we get to recreate our identity as to who we are right now. So from this video onwards, we are going to shed fear. We're going to say no to feelings of desperation. You're not going to text that guy. You're going to move with purpose and intention with everything that you're doing. You're going to start that business, because why not? There's enough for everyone. There's no one like you. There's no one that has the ideas that you have in the capacity that you have. There's no one that can serve people the way that you can serve people. And everything that you're doing right now, right here, today, is going to be for a bigger purpose. And that's what we have to remember. Before I end the video, there's one more thing I want to talk about in relation to releasing attachment. And this is for the moms out there. Releasing attachment to our children. And I know you're going to say, what? Why would I want to release attachment to my children? And this has been a revelation for this year. So a big thing that I've been working on is releasing attachment to everything and everyone. I'm an individual. I believe I'm a portal for my son. I have been the chosen portal that he has picked to come into this existence, to come into this world. I believe it's my responsibility to raise an independent man. He's a boy right now, he's 2, he's a baby, he's a toddler. But I believe it's my responsibility as his chosen portal to bring forth the very best of him. And if I only see and view my son as my son and not his own entity, I believe I will restrict his growth in a way that will stop him from being the very best version of him, will stop him from being able to show up fully grown and sprouting out of his potential energy. I don't want his energy just to be stagnant, and I don't want to operate from a place of fear by holding on to him, by clinging on to him, by stopping him from growing, by telling him, no, you can't do that because I'm afraid that you're going to hurt yourself. Obviously within reason, but what I'm trying to get at here is he is his own person. One day he's going to leave this house and he's going to have his own house, and I want him to be able to know how to run his household without always being reliant on me. I think that's the best gift that we can give to our children, by releasing attachment to our children in the form of them being our little people and him being his own man that I want him to grow to. Does that mean I don't allow my son to do children things? Does that mean I'm always pushing him and always encouraging him to do the most? No, but it does allow me to love from a different angle. It allows me to love with the acceptance that I'm not always going to be here, with the acceptance that he's not always going to want mommy. Sometimes he's going to want daddy. Sometimes he's not going to want to be around either one of us, and he's going to choose his own path in life. This allows me to be supportive of what he wants in his life and not force my expectations of what I want my son to be like onto him. It allows him to fully bloom into the person that he needs to be. And that's exactly what love is supposed to be. It's supposed to be unconditional. It's supposed to be without constraints. And that's exactly why a lot of relationships fail, because people aren't allowed to fully be themselves. And that's what we want to be able to do when we're in relationships. When we lose ourselves, it's the most difficult thing ever. That attachment in a relationship, in an event, is always the feeling of us losing our identity. But by severing the tie to attachment to external people, places, events, things, we're actually coming into our own even more, because you realize the person that you sat alone with in your house when you've decided to end that relationship is you, and you will never lose yourself. If anything, certain situations didn't work out in your life, so that you could face yourself again, so you could sit with yourself and learn more about the version of you that you are today, the version of you that's become stronger from the situations that you've had to overcome. So on that note, I'm going to end the video here. I'm sending you so much love, so much light. I hope you enjoyed the video today, and I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to check out the other videos. Please hit the like, please share this with a friend if you enjoyed this video today, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. That's it from me. Bye for now.